From my heart to yours, welcome to this YouTube channel and to this class. My name's Rham. I'm sharing every Monday and every Thursday. Monday tends to be a lighter class, an easier level, and Thursday tends to be longer duration and more advanced with inversions. So I hope you're ready for today's practice, gathering everything that you might need, putting on some comfortable clothes, and let's come and meet on the mat in Sukhasana. Widening the sit bones apart several times so that you can feel yourself sitting on the inner edge of the sit bones. Elbows back, creating that space in the front body. And with each inhale, creating length and bringing vibrancy, awareness from the pubic bone all the way up the belly button through the sternum plate, closing the eyelids. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. Relaxing the feet, the ankles, relaxing the thighs downwards, but keeping that lift of the front spine that paints itself into more and more existence with each inhalation. Now bringing the palms together and pressing the palms together in front of the broadening sternum plate. The face soft, the eyeballs receding backwards, the ears turning inwards. Starting together with one Om. Inhale. And then exhale, releasing the hands, opening the eyes. And let's start. The Yoga Mudrasana in Vajrasana. So widening the knees apart just a little bit so that they can receive the ribs as we come forward. Being on the fingertips, keeping the arms vibrant, dropping the head down so the sides of the neck are even and the back of the neck is long. Each inhale, walking the fingertips forward. Each exhale, moving the trapezius muscles down the back, the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, walking the fingertips forward even more, feeling that length coming. Exhale, down the back and cutting the outer thighs down to the ground. One more time, inhaling, walking the fingertips forward, getting the ribs forward on the thighs. Exhaling, the trapezius muscles down, the shoulder blades down the back, the outer thighs cutting to the ground. And now moving the weight onto the left shin, enough to lift the right knee up, lifting the knee higher and extending the leg back, moving the foot back in order to come back down. Full vibrant extension. Keep rolling the back thigh in, squeezing the back inner knee, roots of the thighs firm. And pressing into the left shin in order to bring that right leg back in, lifting the knee up. And Yoga Mudrasana. Back onto the fingertips. Lift the forearms, squeeze the elbows straight. Move the buttocks and hips to the ground behind. Hands flat to the mat. It helps. Come onto the right shin, moving the weight across. Lift the left leg up as high as you can. And exhale, charge it back, turn the toes under. And exhale. Keep rolling the back thigh in, squeezing that back inner knee. Roots of the thighs firm. Arms stretching forward. And then weight into the right shin in order to lift the left knee back up. Lift it in nice and high. And come back down. Yoga Mudrasana in Vajrasana. One more time. Moving the weight to the left. Right leg lifting high. Charging out. And back down. Walking the hands forward, moving the foot back. Squeeze that back inner knee. And iron the front thigh of the back leg upwards to the thigh bone. Roots of the thighs firm. And weight to the left shin again. Bending the right knee right back up. And Yoga Mudrasana. Weight to the right shin now. Lifting the hips up enough to lift the left knee higher, higher, and charge back out. Moving the hands forward, the foot back, exhaling into the pose. Making sure that back thigh is still rolling in, the inner groin rolling back, the inner knee squeezed, the thigh muscle ironing to the thigh bone, the roots of the thighs firm as we stretch the arms forward, and then weight to the right shin, coming back up, lift the knee, coming back down, Yoga Mudrasana in Vajrasana. And now come onto the hands and knees. Widen the fingers apart. Turn the toes under. Adho Mukha Svanasana with bent legs. Looking at our feet, lift the heels up nice and high. Feel the joints of the toes stretching open. Stretch the arms dynamically. And with an exhalation, move the armpits to the hips. Relax the face completely. Keep lifting the buttocks up higher, moving the armpits to the hips. And now straightening the knees. And as the knees straighten, move your attention to the upper thighs, the roots of the thighs, and firm them up and suck them into the hip bones. And then walking the feet forward, feet the width of the mat, heels turned out, hanging Uttanasana. As we hold onto our elbows, pulling the elbow tips towards the ground, keeping the shoulders broad, and trying to move the upper arms behind the ears. This helps us to press the shoulder blades forward towards the chest. Roots of the thighs firm. Inner knee lifting up to the inner groin. The heels are dense and firm. The inner arches are lifted. And now bending the knees, keeping the roots of the thighs firm and the inner groins moving backwards. Imagine you're sitting on a chair. As you bend the knees more and more, widen the knees apart so that you can get the trunk between the knees. Nudge yourselves in there. Keep moving the femur bones back. The feet firm, the heels firm. Now squeeze the outside edges of your trunk right underneath the armpits there with the inner knees. Squeeze and firm the roots of the thighs again. Now pull with your fingers. Good. See if you can bend a little bit lower and get the thigh parallel to the floor. Firm the roots of the thighs, squeeze the knees in, pull with your fingers on your elbows, and 2, and 1. Placing the hands back on the mat and stepping back to our second Adho Mukha Svanasana, starting with bent knees. Heels high, toes spread. Lift the buttocks to the sky. Stretching the arms, spreading the fingers widely, lengthen the back of the neck. Now with an exhalation, move your armpits to the hips. Straightening the legs by firming the roots of the thighs, by sucking the heads of the femur bones into the hip sockets. And now stepping the right leg forward to a nice wide lunge. Move that left leg back and bend the knee and place the top of the thigh just above the knee on the floor. Come onto the front of that back foot. With an exhalation, coming forward. Broaden the shoulders. Press the buttocks down. Keep trying to walk the fingertips forward more and more. And then coming back out, Adho Mukha Svanasana. This time straight legs, immediately roots of the thighs firm, buttocks flying up to the sky. And then left leg forward, nice wide lunge. Move the back leg back, Bend the knee, move the knee back. Try to be right on the front thigh above the knee. Come onto the top of that back foot. Inhale. Exhale forward. Broaden the shoulders. Keep that back thigh rolling in. And try not to let the buttocks lift up. Walking the hands even more. Lengthening the arms as much as possible. Lengthening the waist. And then bringing the hands back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, straight legs. Lift the heels high, 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 high. Stretch the joints of the toes. Find the line underneath the buttock. And lift that up as you firm the roots of the thighs. Soft, smooth inhalation, soft, smooth exhalation. And now walking the feet forward, feet the width of the mat, turn the toes in, the heels out. Hanging Uttanasana. Changing the cross of the elbows. Exhaling the head down, broadening the shoulders. Now lifting the elbows up so the upper arms come behind the ears so we can better press the shoulder blades forward to the chest. Roots of the thighs firm. The heels are dense. Sucking up from the inner knee to the inner groin continually and pulling with the fingertips towards the ground. And now beginning to squat, to bend, moving the hips back, the inner groins rolling back. At some point in the bend, we have to widen the knees apart so that we can get our trunk through. Keep using the fingertips to pull the elbow tips to get length. The heels are firm, the inner groins rolling back, coming down as low as we can go, as low as we can bear, and squeeze the knees to the outer ribs, right underneath the armpits, the side ribs, squeezing those knees in, pull with the fingertips, lengthen, roots of the thighs deepening and firm, buttocks and hips moving towards the ground, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now pushing into the feet, coming up slowly, feeling inner groins rolling back. And the moment we want to straighten the legs, don't think of straightening them from the knees, but suck the roots of the thighs up, firm them, and let the line underneath the buttocks fly up to the sky as you pull down with your fingertips. And now release the elbows, place the hands back on the mat, and step back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, bent legs. Lift the heels up higher than before. Spread the toes. Let the line underneath the buttocks fly up to the sky continually. Feel the armpit chest deliciously opening. Go into that. And now straightening the legs with the same idea that as we straighten the legs, the final straightness is coming from the integration of the heads of the femur bones into the hip sockets, roots of the thighs firm, and stepping the right leg forward to a nice wide lunge. Move the left leg back, roll the thigh in, and come onto the top of that back foot. Now we're going to bring this front foot towards the left so that it's right in front as much as possible with our pubic bone. And we want to make sure the back leg is not in line with our pubic bone, that it's going to the right, to the left, so that it's in line with the left hip. Now move this front foot back so that you've got this angle, the calf and the back of the thigh connecting. Keep rolling that back thigh in. Pressing down into the fingertips in order to lift the chest up. The buttocks pressing down. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. Chin lifting to help the sternum plate lift. And then exhale, releasing. Adho Mukha Svanasana, straight legs. Lift the heels up high, stretch the roots of the toes, spread the toes. Don't let the inner ankles collapse. Roots of the thighs firm. Lower buttocks flying to the sky. With an exhalation, reconnect the armpits to the hips. The right armpit to the right hip, the left armpit to the left hip. And now stepping the left leg forward to a nice wide lunge. Bending the back knee, moving it back, and placing the top of the foot on the ground. Okay, we're going to move this front foot to the right now, so that it's in line as much as possible with our pubic bone, and checking that this back thigh is rolling in, but it hasn't come towards the pubic bone. It's to the right, in line with the right hip. Now we're going to move the heel back, getting this particular angle here, the calf and the back of the thigh connecting. Pressing the buttocks down, nudging them. Fingertips to the floor in order to press down to lift up. Pressing down to lift up, over and over again. Carving new space. Lifting the chin to help us lift to the sky. But keep pressing the iliacs down, rolling the back thigh in. And exhale, releasing. Adho Mukha Svanasana, straight legs. We're going to start off with the heels lifted, the toes lifted, the lower buttocks lifted. And now the roots of the thighs firming again. Keeping all of that slowly, bringing the heels down. Keep the arms stretched. The shoulder blades pressing forward to the armpit chest. The roots of the thighs firm. If you can't press the heels down, you can always move the feet a little bit forward to shorten the distance in order to get the heels closer. The heels dense, the shins moving back. Roots of the thighs firm. Stretch the arms. And exhale, link the armpits to each of their respective hips. And then bending the knees back down to the floor. Finding Vajrasana. Rolling the shoulders back, eliminating any of the effort from our facial features. The senses turning inwards, not exteriorizing, not following emotion, just in sensation. Soft, smooth inhalation. Soft, smooth exhalation. And releasing. Okay, we need a blanket for our next one. And we're putting the blanket right here at the end of the mat, coming to Marichyasana I, forward bend, groin action. So we're going to start with the right leg straight and the left knee bent, because it's a better camera angle to see the first things we're going to do, which are going to be twists. So rolling this right thigh in and separating the buttock apart. Feel how those two actions are linked. Now we're going to bring the left arm to the inside edge of this bent left leg. And we're going to push the tricep against it and see how we're twisting here. We want that twist. Keep turning, keep twisting. Trying to move this right hand back. Everything twisting, turning. Roots of the thighs firm, but organs soft and yielding and turning to the right. And now we're going to place this right hand on the hip, and we're going to come forward and reach for the outside edge of our right foot. We're still turning and twisting to the right. Each exhale helping us to turn, to twist. And now we're going to squeeze that left knee in to the side ribs, to the back armpit area, squeezing it in. We're trying to get deeper now with a few exhales. Nudge yourselves deeper, getting lower on the shin. And then stretch the arm diagonally away. Inhale and exhale. And again, arm diagonally away. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Stretch the arm diagonally away. Get deeper if you can. Inhale, exhale. Now keep turning and twisting to the right. That's it. Now stretch this right arm diagonally away. Roll the right shoulder back. Inhale, exhale. And again, diagonally away. Roll the front of the right shoulder back. Inhale, exhale. Last time. Arm diagonally away. Roll the front of the right shoulder back. Inhale, exhale. Take hold of the fingers, whatever you can reach. You're still turning to the right. Roots of the thighs connecting into the hip sockets now. And exhale, turn to the left. Chin forward in the hopes of moving the sternum forward down the length of the legs. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. Connect with the roots of those thighs. Keep rolling the front of that right shoulder back, the elbow going round. The left heel penetrating. And then coming back up. And releasing. Okay, changing sides. Left leg straight. Right knee bent. We're going to roll the left thigh in and pull the left buttock out with that action. Come down, pulling the right heel closer. Turning and twisting to the left first. So we're bending this arm like a Marichyasana I action, pressing the tricep against the inner knee in order to better turn and twist to the left. Each exhale helping us to twist more. Keep pushing the arm against the leg against the arm. See if you can walk the left hand back more. And now we're going to place the left hand on the left hip. And we're going to come lower and deeper and reach across and take hold of the outside edge of that foot. The knee is opening for us here so that we can come in deeper. We're still turning and twisting to the left. Roots of the thighs connecting into the hip sockets, rolling the front of that left shoulder back, elbow back. And now squeeze that right knee in along the outside edge of the right trunk, the back armpit. And get yourself deeper. Wrapping the arm, bringing it diagonal. Keep rolling the left shoulder back. Inhale, exhale. And back out. Get deeper. Inhale, exhale. One last time. Get deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Holding it there. Squeezing the knee in with the arm. Roots of the thighs connecting into the hip socket. Still trying to turn to the left. Now left arm diagonally back. Roll the front of the left shoulder back with that action. Inhale. Exhale. And back out to diagonal arms. Roll the shoulder back. Twist and turn again. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Make the arm dynamic. Roll the front of the shoulder back. Inhale. Exhale. Take what you can. We're still turning to the left. The right knee is squeezing in. Roots of the thighs connecting. Rolling the front of the shoulder back. Now deepen both of your hips onto the ground. And turn over the front leg into Marichyasana I. Lift the chin. Coming forward with the sternum. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. Squeezing that right knee in. Moving that right inner groin back. Left heel firm. And now roll the front of that left shoulder back more. The left elbow going back. And then coming back up. And exhale. And releasing. Coming now to Baddha Konasana. If the knees are really high, take more height underneath the hips. And when we're ready, exhaling forward, Yoga Mudrasana. Now firm the roots of the thighs. Press into the feet to help find that firmness. And even here, suck the roots of the thighs into the hips. And suck the outside edges of your thighs up to the outer femur bone. Keep walking the fingertips forward, grounding the hips back. And then coming back up. And knees together. Okay, moving the blanket. You might need it for the next one. We're going to go into a nice back hip sacroiliac opener. Yoga Mudrasana Gomukhasana 3. So onto the hands and knees, crossing the left knee behind the right, widening the feet apart, and coming to find the floor or your blanket. You could fold it up for more height. We're trying to move the feet away from the outer thighs so that more and more the shins are becoming parallel to the front of the mat. But we don't want to do that at the expense of separating the knees like this. So up to you to pick that right spot where both actions have some integrity. Holding the ribs in order to lift them up so that as we come forward we get that length. Yoga Mudrasana Gomukhasana 3. Each inhale, we're stretching forward. Each exhale, we're grounding the hips back. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. And then coming back up. And to change sides, we want to roll back up, uncross, right knee behind the left, and coming down. Widening the feet if possible, keeping the knees connected. Holding onto the ribs and pulling them forward as we come down with our exhalation. Yoga Mudrasana Gomukhasana 3. Giving direction to each part of the breath. The inhale, walking the fingertips forward, lengthening the arms, lengthening the waist. The exhale, earthing the hips, the buttocks towards the ground. onto the hands and knees. And releasing. And now it's time to get our blanket back again. If you weren't using it here, pull it off from wherever it was. And we're going to make a roll in our blankets. And the thickness of the roll is going to depend on your Achilles tendon, the tightness or the openness of it. Our heels are going to be on this roll. So that's going to be for our heels. Placing the heels on that roll. Densifying the inner heels, really pressing down. The inner knees are touching. Holding onto the elbows. And now deepening the buttocks, the hips to the ground. The roots of the thighs coming into the hip sockets, a completely different sensation and setup when we get that. And now releasing the cross of the arms and changing the cross of the arms. Moving again, the hips, the buttocks towards the ground. The roots of the thighs coming into the hip sockets as we press from the inner heels. And now we're going to release our elbows, widen our knees apart. Keep the inner heels pressing firmly down. If your heels aren't pressing, make the roll thicker. And walking the hands forward. Buttocks moving back. Hands moving forward. Buttocks moving back. Hands moving forward over and over again. Keep pressing the inner heels down. And now bring the knees in so they're hugging the sides of the ribs. Roots of the thighs into the hip sockets. Buttocks moving down, hugging the sides of the ribs. Now bending the left elbow, hold onto the right shin right here like this. Get deeper with this right arm, like we did in our Marichyasana I, deeper down the front shin. Extend the arm diagonally, inhale and exhale. Bring the back of the hand to the mat behind. And again, extend the arm diagonally, inhale and exhale. Staying nice and deep on this shin. Last one, inhale and exhale. And coming out. Now, the right hand is going to hold the left shin. Push yourself forward, get deeper on that left shin. Arm diagonalizing, stay nice and deep. Inhale, exhale. Again, diagonalizing. Inhale, exhale. And last time, get even deeper. Inhale, exhale. Good, and releasing. Okay, now get both triceps deep, deep down on that shin. Bring the hands back. Feel how the triceps are pushing into the shin. Move the buttocks and the hips to the ground. That's it. Now, keeping that arms diagonal. Inhale, exhale. Having the arms back. Inhale, exhale, get them further back. Point, like the fingers pointing to the back wall, following that. Buttocks and hips earthing. Inhale, exhale. Good, and now reach with the hands for the backs of the heels and squeeze the knees in and bring the forehead towards the ground. Malasana. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. Keep squeezing the knees in, pulling yourselves forward. Roots of the thighs coming into the hip sockets. And then releasing, coming out. And being in Vajrasana, just letting that soak in. Elbows back, Soft, smooth inhalation. Soft, pacifying exhalation. And coming out. Okay, let's move our blanket. Let's take a strap now and come and lie down on our backs on the mat. Okay, Jatara Parivartanasanas. So we're bending the knee and we're going to use the strap to just stabilize the legs so that they stay as much as possible stacked on top of each other. Tightening up, rolling these front shoulders back, stretching the arms so the hands are in line with the shoulders. The arms are vibrant. Inhale. Exhale the knees to the right elbow, so nice and high. Inhale. And exhale, roll and turn and twist to the left. The front throat soft. The abdomen also is soft so that it can yield, it can turn. Now find the back body. Find the left shoulder blade, the right shoulder blade. And on your next exhalation, move the left shoulder blade to the right shoulder blade. And again. Exhale, move the left shoulder blade to the right shoulder blade. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, move the left shoulder blade to the right shoulder blade. And then bringing the legs back up and feet to the floor. Make sure you're still lying evenly right in the middle of the mat. Front shoulders rolling back. Extend the arms. Backs of the hands to the floor. Arms are vibrant. Feet off the ground. Inhale. Exhale the knees to the left elbow. Nice and high. Inhale. Exhale, turning and twisting to the right, away from the bent knees. The front throat soft, the face soft, and the abdomen and all of the organs soft. Visualize them turning and twisting and being gently squeezed and massaged to the right. And now find the shoulder blades in the upper back. The right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade. And on the exhale, we're going to move the right shoulder blade to the left shoulder blade. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Move the right shoulder blade to the left shoulder blade. Stretch the arms. And bringing the legs back up. And exhale and releasing. Okay, let's take that strap off and put that strap around our ankles now for full Jatara Parivartanasana. Lifting the hips and the buttocks to the left. Roots of the thighs firm. Inhale. Exhale. Feet all the way up to that top hand. Hold on to the buckle. Move the front thighs to the thigh bones. Roots of the thighs firm. Inhale. And with the exhale, stretch the left arm and have the trunk, the abdomen, the organs follow that left arm. Feel the left hand move further and further away. And now traveling to our shoulder blades, the left shoulder blade, the right shoulder blade. Inhale and exhale, move the left shoulder blade to the right. Front thighs to the bone. And again, inhale, exhale, move the left shoulder blade to the right. Turn the head. One more time. Inhale, exhale, move the left shoulder blade to the right. And then releasing. Firm the roots of the thighs. Whoops, little chair problem there. There we go. Coming back up and bending the knees, feet to the floor. Make sure you're right back in the middle again for the next side. Straightening the legs, roots of the thighs firm, lifting the hips, the buttocks to the right. Inhale, exhale. The hand holding on to the buckle. Iron the front thighs to the thigh bones. Stretch the right arm to the right, and with each exhale, follow that arm to the right. Over and over again. Now finding the shoulder blade action. The right shoulder blade is going to move to the left shoulder blade with the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Roll, turn, twist, roots of the thighs to the thigh bone. Inhale, exhale. Move the right shoulder blade to the left. Stretch that right arm, turn the head, and one last time. Inhale, exhale. Roll the right shoulder blade to the left. Turn, twist, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Releasing. Firm the roots of the thighs. Bring the legs back up. And exhale, bend the knees. And feet to the floor. Taking the strap off our feet. Rolling over, coming up. And we're now going to take a bolster, or you could take some blankets and roll them up to make a bolster. Or you could take some bricks and put a blanket on top to soften it. Basically, we're looking for something that's going to support our upper back as we lie back in Supta Sukhasana. Right ankle in front of the left. So right now this bolster is too close to my lower back because I want the bolster to be on the thoracic dorsal spine. So I'm going to move my hips a little bit forward and test that out. Okay, feels like it's in the right spot. Make sure the buttocks are moving towards the heels, so you're adjusting the pelvic tilt. Lying back. If it's uncomfortable on the head for any reason, you can take a blanket and lift the floor up to you. Stretch the arms back dynamically. As you stretch the arms, make sure to pull the head of the humerus bone into the shoulder sockets. And now bending the elbows, take hold of the elbow tips. And using the fingertips to pull the elbow tips diagonally backwards towards the ground, continually. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. Now look at the tendency when our head is thrown back for the eyeballs to kind of bulge forward. So try to almost reduce the curve of the front eyeball, to flatten it, to have the eyeballs recede backwards. And let the bolster remind the back ribs to press up. So don't actually lie on the bolster, press the back ribs up with the bolster and see how the elbows give more, the armpits give more. Now re-stretch the arms so they're parallel, palms facing each other. Draw the heads of the humerus bones into the shoulder socket and change the cross of the elbows. Press the thighs down, buttocks moving towards the heels so you're not taking it in the lower back. Arch up with the bolster. Head back as if the head is coming towards the buttocks. Eyeballs receding, not bulging forward. And now pull with those fingertips, make them active. Come on, really tear into the skin of the armpits there, into the skin of the side ribs. Breathe into that. And bring the arms back up. We're going to come back up. As we come up, draw the navel to the lower back. And changing the cross of our legs. Supta Sukhasana, coming back to the Marichyasana action of the coiling of the upper back. Nice and supported. As we're here at halfway point, we re-lift the hips and we move them towards the feet. The belly button coming towards the lower back. Finding our bolster. Taking our head, trying to move it back. So coil the middle upper back. Stretch the arms straight. Suck the head of the arm bone into the shoulder socket, but stretch the arms. Soften your eyeballs, soften your ears. Let the senses turn inwards. Don't push them out. Bend the elbows. And immediately engaging those different actions. That coiling action in the upper back. The stretching of the armpits. The pulling with the fingertips. And the entire front face receding. The head moving towards the buttocks. Soft, smooth inhalations, soft, smooth exhalations. Keep trying to find the ribs underneath the shoulder blades and to press them up as you pull the elbows diagonally backwards. And now stretch the arms straight again, nice and parallel, and pull the head of the arm bone into the shoulder sockets. Relax the face again, relax the legs again, and change the cross of the arms. Make your hands active, purposeful. Pulling with your fingertips back, back and down, back and down. The buttocks still moving towards the heels. We don't want to arch from the lower back to get the movement. We want to keep the lower back firm. And we want to learn to yield in the middle upper back. Soft, smooth inhales. Soft, smooth exhalations. One last pull. And then bringing the arms back up. Making our way out right at halfway point, reconnecting with the pelvic tilt and the belly button coming to the lower back. And coming back out. Okay, now let's take ourselves to the wall for our inversion. It's going to be Viparita Karani, but we're going to do it with full height, so it's not Shavasana. We're really going to lift the hips up. It gets a different action happening here. So one block, one bolster, or some pillows or blankets rolled up as a bolster. You might want a strap, depends on your legs and feet, so let's bring it in so I can show you what you would do if you wanted it. The bolster is going to be sandwiched, the block is going to be sandwiched between the bolster and the wall, and we're bringing it right in. And then we're taking the blanket, making, an appropriate fold. There we go. To put on our bolster. And it's best to move your mat out of the way so that you don't encounter its stickiness as we're coming down. We'll be happy to have the floor to slide on. So once that's all set up, we're coming in sideways. Coming in as close as we can to the wall, into that gap. And then lifting the legs up, staying as close as possible in that gap. Now don't worry if your tailbone isn't feeling the block. It's okay, you don't have to be on the block, but the tailbone feels that there is a block rather than nothingness there, so to speak, or the floor further down. And so it can relax into that fold. Now if you lie down and you think, oh, this is too high for me, you just bend your knees, roll out and move this blanket. So judging the height that's right. As you can see, this pose is demanding in a gentle gift-giving way of the middle and upper back that we just opened in our Supta Sukhasans. And the chest really gets an opening, and these ribs will accordion open. But if your ribs and the diaphragm area are still tight and stuck to the top of the abdominal area, then you might want to reduce the height and wait for this to open a little bit more. Now, the strap would go around your feet if you felt that you couldn't keep your feet together. So you would just bend your knees, take the strap, put it around your ankles, and lift the legs back up, because sometimes it's hard for people to keep the feet together and rolled in, the heels firm and pressing against the wall. Okay, arms extended diagonally. There's 2 arm ways. I'll show you the first one. And lift each shoulder up to roll each shoulder back. And then press the shoulder blades and the ribs underneath the shoulder blades up. Now, if you feel you could take it a little bit further, you can bend the arms like this. The elbows are in line with the shoulders. And then you're making a 90-degree angle with the forearms and the upper arms. Re-roll the shoulders back and try to trap the trapezius muscles on the ground so they're going down towards the bolster. Legs are firm. Roots of the thighs coming into the hip sockets. See if there's any final adjustments that could be made. And then closing the eyes. Ujjayi, 1 breath, soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations, nice and even. The inner groins are rolling back towards the wall. The roots of the thighs are firm. So it's restorative, but it's active at the same time. It's engaged. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. Let the abdomen release towards the lower back. So it's pooling downwards. It's making a dip, like a water hole. Heads of the femur bones penetrating into the hip sockets. And the front ribs on the right side, on the left side. They're lifting up away from the top of the abdomen more and more. There's a space coming there between where the ribs and the top abdomen meet. More and more spaciousness. Few more breath cycles. Keep reminding the middle upper back to do its work, to press up over and over again. See if you can feel the side ribs broadening, lifting off the side lungs. Roots of the thighs still firm. And then we can release our hands and we can bend our knees, bringing our feet towards us and pushing the feet against the wall in order to push ourselves backwards until our lower back is completely on the floor. And then crossing the right ankle in front of the left, Sukhasana. Lifting the hips, making sure the buttocks are moving towards the bolster. Arms extended diagonally away with the front shoulders rolling back. Closing the eyelids and melting into the ground. And now we're going to change the cross of our ankles. Now the left ankle in front of the right. Checking that the shoulders are still rolling back, the throat is soft, and with an exhalation melting into the ground. And then bending the elbows, lifting the hands up and resting them on the front hip bones, on the top of the pubic bone. And then turning to the right, bending the knees into the chest, resting the right temple on the inner right arm. And then coming back up to sitting, and we're just going to end with a loving kindness prayer. So taking a seat on our bolsters, finding Sukhasana, widening our sit bones back and out. Relax the shoulders, release the face, press the palms together in front of the chest. Loka samastaha sukhinho bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the universe know love. May the universe know peace. And may we help all those that we come into contact with to feel the same. Om, peace, peace, peace. And when we're ready, bringing the hands down, opening the eyes back up. Welcome back. Our practice is complete. I hope you're feeling ready for whatever awaits you, coming into it with calm, equanimity, and joy, having connected to self, bringing that spaciousness to others. Namaste. I hope to see you again soon. Take care.